Hotep to the mighty Congo nation. I'm Sister Johnson and welcome to our science lesson. Today is Thursday, April 30th, 2020. We are going to begin our lesson by showing what you know. Our first activity is to sort clothing by the season. So I am going to show you pictures of clothing or accessories and you will write it in this correct column. So the first thing you're going to do is turn to a new page in your composition book, head your paper with your first, last name, the date, and the subject, and then you're going to create those 4 columns that you made on Tuesday. Please head your columns autumn, spring, summer, and winter. Again, I'm going to show you a picture of either an article of clothing or an accessory, and then I want you to think, what season would I wear this? And then you're going to write it in this correct column. All right, let's get started. Congo Nation, please feel free to write an article of clothing or an accessory in more than one column. Your first picture is a coat with fur. What season would you wear a coat with fur? Go ahead and write this in its correct column. Next is a sun hat. What season or seasons would you wear a sun hat? Next is a raincoat. Please write this in its correct column. Next up are rain boots. What season will we wear rain boots? Next up is a wool hat. Please write this in its correct column. Next up are sunglasses. Think about the season where we would use sunglasses the most. What season would we wear sunglasses? Next up is a swimsuit. Next is a sweater. So this is a light sweater, Congo Nation. If you were going outside, what season would you put this sweater on? Next up are some shorts. And then our last picture is a long-sleeved shirt. Please write this in its correct column. Scholars, let's take a look at the virtues of Mayat. Mayat is the ancient Nile Valley concept of truth and order that governed the civilization of Kemet, which is ancient Egypt, for thousands of years. Mayat is symbolized by a woman with a feather. The African ancestors of the Nile Valley believed in the proper ordering of the universe and society. They believed that naturally all people were good. This belief was expressed as Mayat, the rightness in us all. Well, these are the 7 virtues: truth, righteousness, reciprocity, justice, harmony, balance, and order. The definition of order is to put into a particular grouping or sequence. Scholars, the reason why I reminded you of the virtue of Mayat order is because the seasons follow in order and they are the same time each year. So let's go ahead and talk about the order of seasons. So, the first season, if you think about the beginning of the year, the first season is know as fall, right? So the first season is autumn. And then after autumn comes spring. After spring comes winter. And after winter comes summer. So this is the order of the seasons. The beginning of our year, we start off with autumn. Then we transition into spring. After spring, it gets cold again. We transition into winter. And then we end our year with hot weather, summer. Oh, what did you say? I heard Brother Dustin say this is out of order. Is this the correct order of the seasons, congregation? No, it isn't. This is out of order. We don't start our year in autumn and then transition into spring. And winter doesn't come after spring, and summer doesn't come after winter. So let's go ahead and make sure that we put the seasons in the correct order. Yay, Bo? And the way that we can do that is by looking at the months of the year. Each season has a particular time span. So it starts at one month and it ends at another. And that does not change. Let's go ahead and look at the 12 months of the year. All right, Congo, so we have our 12 months of the year up on our whiteboard. Let's read them together. Moja and Billy Tattoo. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Even our months of the year follow in order. They never change. Yay, Bo? So we're going to take a look at each season and what months the season takes place. We're going to do it in alphabetical order. So we follow alphabetical order. That means that autumn is first. Yay, Bo? All right, Congo Nation. So autumn begins in late September and ends in early December. So that means that we have to find September. It ends in early December. So we're going to go ahead and stick it here. Yay, Bo? So we're going to stick it here. So we know that autumn starts in late September and it ends in early December. Yay, Bo? All right, let's take a look at spring. Spring is next if we follow alphabetical order. Spring begins in late March and ends in late June. Yay, Bo? So let's find March. March is here. June is here. So we know that if it starts in late March, it starts at about right here, and it occurs in April. It's springtime in May, and then spring is wrapping up in June. So we're going to put it here. Okay, Bo? All right. Let's do summer next. Summer is next in alphabetical order. Summer begins in late June and ends in about mid-September, around the 22nd, around the 20s. All right? So we know that the summer must come between spring and autumn, right? If it begins in June, we find June. And we know that it ends in September. So it must belong here. All right? Now let's take a look at winter. So winter starts in December and ends in March. So we could put it here, right, Congo Nation? But we can also put it here because we know that once December ends, January starts. Yay, Bo? So December is the end of our year, but then that means that winter must continue into the new year, into January. All right, so we're going to stick it up here. And by taking a look at the months of the year and thinking, what season do we experience at these different times, we can put our seasons in order. So, January 1st, the beginning of our year, what season are we in? We are in winter. And then there's spring, summer, and then autumn. And we end our year in winter again. Yay, Bo? All right, so these seasons, they continue throughout the year. So we start our year in winter, we end our year in winter. Okay, and they follow the same order each year. All right, Congo Nation, let's move on to the next part of our lesson. All right, scholars, now that we have put our seasons in order, it's time to move on in our lesson. The next part of our lesson is going to be writing. I'm going to show you 4 questions, and by answering those 4 questions, you are going to create your writing piece. So scholars, you're going to do 2 rounds of writing. The first round will be simply answering the questions. The second round will be rewriting the answers in paragraph form. Let's take a look at the question. Congo Nation, please write the following questions in your composition book. Question 1 is, what is your favorite season? Your second question is, why is the season you chose your favorite? Question 3 is, what do you know about your favorite season? Congo Nation, you are going to teach your audience all of the details you learned about your favorite season. Scholars, let's think about our essential question of freedom. Who am I when I'm free to be my best family member? Last week in social studies, you created a project about activities that you do with your family. So your next question is, what family activities are done during your favorite season? Congo Nation, you will end your writing by answering the question, why are those activities special? Scholars, before you get started with your writing, let's look at this anchor chart about complete sentences. You want to make sure that when you are publishing your writing piece, that you write in complete sentences. A complete sentence always begins with a capital letter. Take a look at the T in the. That T is an uppercase formation. The next thing you need is a subject. Your subject is your naming part or your noun. It tells who or what. In the sentence, the cat jumped into the box, cat is our subject. Your complete sentence should contain a verb, which is an action word. In the sentence, jumped is our verb. You also want to make sure that each of your complete sentences end with punctuation. If it is a statement, a period. If it is a question, it should have a question mark. If it is an exclamation, then you need an exclamation point. And make sure that you use your commas or apostrophes. The last thing you want to make sure when you are writing a complete sentence is that it makes sense. Look at the example. The cat jumped into the box. Without the word the, it wouldn't have made sense. So let's review. A complete sentence needs a capital letter, a subject, a verb, punctuation, and it must make sense. Now you are ready to begin your draft. Do your very best and have fun. Welcome back, Congo Nation. Now that you are finished your writing, draw an illustration. Alright, Congo Nation, now that you are finished your writing, we are at the end of our lesson. So you are going to take a picture of your writing piece, both the draft, which is just your answers, and your published piece, which is your answers in paragraph form. And you're also going to take a picture of your sort that we did at the beginning of the lesson, the clothing sort. You're going to send those pictures to grade 1 at sfacs.us. Thank you, mighty scientists. Thank you for tuning in to this lesson. You did an amazing job. I'm looking forward to reading your writing. I hope that you have a great weekend, and I will see you again on Tuesday. Hey, scientists. Do you want to earn 3 extra credit points? If so, record a video of you presenting your writing piece and send it to our nation's email. I look forward to seeing your presentation.